Good morning, peeps. Welcome to United View. Welcome to the Morning View, where we go through the latest rumours, transfer news, INEOS's plans, just everything, gossip, all of that. Yeah, factual stuff that actually is out there. Everything. We go through everything here on United View. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you're feeling. 17th of April in the lead up to the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against Coventry as well. Loads of news for us to talk about. Some interesting topics. And I know they're interesting because even me and Owen before, when we kind of like putting the show together, we were starting the conversation then and this, that, and the other and back and forth. I thought, you know what? Save it. Save it for the show. Save it for you guys. Smash a like on the video. You guys know the routine. We like to get the 250 likes through the door. Nice and early. That is the routine here at UV. If you are new to the squad, if you've been on the squad a long time, then you already know. We already got 66 likes straight away and over 300 people watching in the first minute and a half of the show, which is great. Listening from Haslamir, says Star Lord. Mike says, good morning, Flex. Good morning, Owen and UV community. UV family, should I say. Big up Flex and Owen, says Terrell. Thank you, Stephanie Griffith. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie Griffith, same to you. Oh, mods people just getting on in the chat, having their own chats. Good morning from Croydon. Big up Flex and Owen, says John James. I can see Kristen, Starlord, Joe Blackman, Greg Froster's a member. Kenny Fan TV. When is Kenny Fan TV not here? Tabrez, when is he not here? I'm sure Lil Yo-Yo's in there somewhere. He's always there. I can't see him yet, but he's there. He's there. And big up to everyone in the free seats as well. Big up to everyone. David McGrath, I see you as well. And Fabian Williams says, good. Jason Wilcox. Jason Wilcox wants Sancho to come back. Fact. It's happening. Go, go, go. Here we go. Sancho's team gone through to the semi-finals in the Champions League. He's back to his best. INEOS are looking at it like, I tell you what, whatever happened before, it's done. He's coming back. That's not what's happening, but...
You've been spending too much time around KG. You've been spending too much time around KG. One Flex and KG show, we go back and forth and start to rub off on you. No, this is certainly what is coming out from Pete Hall yesterday and sort of bleeds into today, particularly after the performance, I suppose, last night from Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, saying that, first of all, Jadon Sancho is open to a Manchester United return next season, of Erik ten Hag's future looking increasingly uncertain. But maybe the second part, and maybe the more significant part of this, is that incoming technical director Jason Wilcox is understood to be open to giving Jadon Sancho another chance. It is believed that selling Sancho is still, though, Manchester United's first choice. So, Flex, is there any way back? Is there any way back for Jadon Sancho as he taps away there?
I've just put a poll. Should Jadon Sancho get another chance if, in capitals, United change manager? That says managet, actually. That says managet. But as I'm talking, I'm sure you guys will just...
I know. Do you know what it was as well? I'm sure it was because he knew that I was coming to the end of it and he was tapping away and I can see, because whenever that's on, you can't see it on the screen, but I can see, and I could just see a frantic Fleck leaning forward like this. 2 finger tapping like this.
Yeah. Guys, just to let you know, if we do get another manager, then we'll probably be playing a different sport, because I don't know what even manager is.
And this is also a peek behind the curtain, yeah, because whenever you're WhatsApping Flex, very often he'll message you something and afterwards be like, didn't mean to type that, I mean this.
Yeah, my predictive things, just because I'm just busy, just send it quick. Just, I don't know. It's just my life. It's just my life. It's just how I am. You know, it is. Should Sancho get another chance under a new manager? Not really. Not really. I think when you've done that, it's we always talk about sort of the player power and you know, don't reward it and stuff like that. And you know, he felt aggrieved, but the way he expressed that was totally wrong. And the fact that he was capable of that isn't great. And listen, I like Jadon. I always have. That's on a personal, but the way he conducted himself in those moments was just wrong. It really, really was wrong. However, I do look at this from the INEOS side of things. Now, I can see in the poll already it's 60-40, so I can see what way that poll's going to go. That people don't think he should get a chance, and I'm in that as well. Like he's burnt his bridges. It's best to just move on. However, I do think if Eric did leave and all these new guys are there, you know, business is business, and they could easily look at it and say, well, he is still our player. All the shit that happened before is gone. Yes, we do need to speak to him about, you know, further, you know, future, future conduct. Like that's not how you conduct yourself. But the new guys say it's a new manager. Fans will forget if he comes in, it's pressure because if he does badly, you're just going to say, "Oh, look, see." But if he does well, and there's a new manager who just does one press conference and says, "Look, I wasn't here last year. The past is the past. We're looking forward," and they start making big changes. Someone said sell Rashford then and stuff like that. You know, let's just say they do make some big changes. People would forget if the team started playing well and it was completely different. However, it's a lot of pressure, and I just think it's just a clean slate. And like I've said, rip it up, start again. You know, Sancho had a couple of years, didn't do anything. I think, you know, there's a reason why he's gone back to Dortmund. And look, he wasn't even the best player yesterday. I mean, if anything, Sabitzer was. If anything, bring him back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a bit of like, he's gone back to his comfort zone. He's back where he's happy. And that's why he's doing all right. And it's not like he's world beater there. He's just doing all right again. So I think part ways. But yeah, I'm with you guys in the 62%.
For me, I've mentioned this before with there's like a section of United fans. Flex, we love a martyr. We do. We really, really do. We love the player that's been held down by the mean old Manchester United, by the mean club, and not been given his proper chance. And he's been failed by the institution that's Manchester United. And we end up supporting the martyr over the club, which is quite strange, I find. And it gets to the point where, like last night, it's not to put down what Jadon Sancho's done. Jadon Sancho's in a Champions League semi-final. Good for him. Good for him, and good for Manchester United because it raises his value. But I saw people last night going, "Are you watching Jadon Sancho run the show in this Champions League quarterfinal?" I went, "We must be watching different games because he's not running the show." If you're going to praise someone, like you said, praise Sabitzer. He played very well last night. He scored important goals. Jadon Sancho, in terms of the rest of the Dortmund team, was pretty average last night. Wasn't really pulling up any trees. And to your point with him, like so much has happened. And when we're talking about, you know, a fresh start, a clean slate, why would you then put something back in, which has been a problem before? You muddy up the slate once again that you just want to make fresh. You know, you give yourself more problems. INEOS are dealing with how many problems at the moment? How many things are they trying to unpick? It's another flashpoint. It's another talking point. It's another issue. And we said this would happen, didn't we? If he goes to Dortmund and he does well, or Dortmund do well, then we get into the territory of, getting back and Sancho over Eric and this, that, and the other. And for me, it's not even a case of a Sancho over Ten Hag or a Ten Hag over Sancho situation. I think even if Eric Ten Hag's at the club, he's definitely not coming back. I think their relationship is beyond repair at this point. But if he's not at the club, I still wouldn't get him back because I'd still be like, it's just
question
more
that,
problems. It's more issues. And, you know, I understand that INEOS might be like, "Oh, well, we weren't here when this happened and we're going to give it a fresh start. We're going to give it a fresh, everyone gets a fresh look." But then you get into the territory of if everyone gets a fresh look, then we go, "Oh, are we really going to rid the club of some of these players that have underperformed?" Sancho's in that category. You can't argue that in Sancho's tenure at United, he has underperformed like a lot of players have. But for some reason, we've got a soft spot for him because he went away and he had a flashpoint with the manager that some people don't like. Like, I don't, you know, but the people that have had flashpoints with the manager but stayed and they're underperforming, we don't like them. But because they went away, we do like that person now. Like, to me, that doesn't add up. Why are we happy to bring back people that haven't performed? We can't have it both ways, basically. We can't be like, get rid of these underperforming players here. They're not good enough. But then the people that did go away, actually, no, we'll have them back. Those players that didn't perform, we'll have them back.
What if INEOS, and again, devil's advocate, new regime, new set of people who are experienced in, you know, scouting players and doing things right and building a proper teams and stuff like that. What if Dan Ashworth and JC Wilcox go, "Well, we know that Sancho from Dortmund. We know that Sancho is a top talent. We still know he's a good player. And the way we want to play with new ex-manager, we feel he fits into that. We've spoken to new ex-manager. These are all hypotheticals, just in case anyone gets angry. You know, they really would like to work with him. We've even spoken to Sancho. And we believe the best thing for this club is to rebuild, you know, including him and others. It's going to be completely different, make loads of changes, and we believe that to be the right way.
If they do, I can't do anything about it, can I? I'm not denying that that's not a reality as well. That could absolutely.
Do you think that could? Do you think that could? Do you think that is a reality?
It could. It could.
They could just say, you know what?
Clearly, one of the key factors here is Erik ten Hag, isn't it? Because Erik ten Hag is the person that doesn't want him. You know, so if Erik ten Hag is still there, put it this way: if INEOS are aligned with Erik ten Hag, then Sancho's not coming back. If they're not aligned with him, then the possibility does open that he could come back.
Is there a way? Yeah, that's fine. Is there a way? And this is to you guys in the comments. And I'm just mocking up loads of scenarios here because why not? Could there be a way where Ten Hag stays, he gets back off loan, Sancho does, and he can play for Ten Hag again? Is that the one that's impossible? Because INEOS are like, listen,
I think that's the one that's impossible.
We're not sending him back out on loan again. It doesn't make viable options work with him. If you want to say work with him.
Because also as well, then there's no way that doesn't lead to flashpoint. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I understand that maybe like the recruitment and scouting structure could change regardless of who's there. You know, you're less of a manager, you're more of a head coach now. And
yeah,
you are,
they might
to an
say,
extent,
listen,
you are money-wise kind of giving your players. But at the same time, even as a head coach, you'd be like, I've got to draw my line in the sand. Like, I just can't, we can't work together. Especially if
that'd be Ten Hag losing control.
Well, yeah, because to this day, Sancho is yet to apologise, right? So imagine he does come back, he's with Erik ten Hag and he hasn't apologised. You'd be like, well, so in the future, like, what message does that send to, like, you know, like a Garnacho in the future? You know, not that those situations were the same, because I saw people trying to compare those situations. Oh, you hounded Jadon Sancho, but you're giving Garnacho a pass. Very different, very different situations. And there was apology and there was a desire to move on very, very quickly. That wasn't the case in the Sancho situation. But if Sancho did come back and was with Erik ten Hag without apologising, then if there's any discipline issues in the future, you could just go, well, I don't have to apologise because it doesn't matter, basically. INEOS will decide, so screw you. You know, and where does that leave the manager, or excuse me, the head coach's authority at Manchester United? Kind of nowhere. But look, I don't deny that there is a possibility he could come back. If it were me, I wouldn't. But I'm not going to deny it's a possibility. Again, I don't know where I stand with all of this now, Flex, because if I give my opinion on certain things, that's a problem. If I say that it's a reality, then you're being a coward again, aren't you? Because you're acknowledging reality. So I don't know where it stands. I do think, though, and I've mentioned this, I mentioned it early on, I'll continue to mention it. We have a fascination with players that are like perceived to have been held down. I still like, even now, Paul Pogba hasn't played for Manchester United for years at this point. He went to Juventus, barely played. He's now banned. And there are still people like, oh, I'd have him back in a heartbeat, you know, Flex. Yeah, I'd have him back in a heartbeat. Memphis Depay. Oh, we never got the best out of him. I tell you, we never got the best. It's bizarre. Like, I will never be able to wrap my head around it. It is bizarre. Like, we've got this, there's got to be this, again, the player that's being held down by the club. There's got to be. And I will never wrap my head around it. And Jadon Sancho, I think, is in that category now. That even when he does get sold, if he does, let's say he goes to Dortmund permanently and he does okay. Or he does what's going on now, where Dortmund, ironically enough, in the Bundesliga, that they're struggling to make that Champions League spots. But in the Champions League, they're doing very well. It'll be, see, Manchester United's the problem, blah, 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 blah. See, Jadon Sancho. No one said he's bad as well. No one said he's terrible, he's rubbish. I think the general consensus would be you want to see Jadon Sancho succeed. You don't want to see a young player go to a club and then completely drop off and never be good again. Of course, you want to see him play well. Particularly for me, I'm an England fan. I'm English, so I want to see Jadon Sancho do well. But particularly because before we came to United, he was in the England squad, not all the time, but he was playing. I remember he played at the Euros before he came to for United.
Be further away for it now.
In that squad, and now he's miles off it. So you want to see him do well. Of course, you want to see him do well, but it's almost like there's a desire to overlook a lot of information for all of it. And that goes for like a lot of those players with these kind of things, that there's a desire to overlook a lot of information. And just for all of the noise that we've had surrounding Manchester United for the last 18, 24 months, it's just, my opinion is, for the betterment of Manchester United, it's best just to remove as much noise as possible, get rid of as much controversy. Or if he said sorry, then I'll be up to Erik ten Hag and the people there, wouldn't it?
What if they found a thing? He came back. What if one of Eric's first pressers, because they're going to ask him, is I spoke to him. Is last year. He's apologized. We move forward. What if he said that?
I'd be very surprised, Flex.
So would I.
yeah, I'd be very, very surprised.
I'm just being devil's advocate here. What if he did? Then we just get on with it. Then really.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends how, I guess, forgiving some people are. Some people be like, fine, no problem, move on.
Bacon Butty says too late. Sorry,
someone would be like that. Yeah, anything. That's what it would be like. I mean, if everyone's aligned on the same paper, it's kind of difficult to argue against, isn't it? If INEOS, Erik ten Hag, and Jadon Sancho are all on the same paper, then you kind of got to then check your opinions at the door, don't you? To go, well, it's not an issue for anyone else anymore. So now it's got to move on. What's best for Manchester United? And I think, again, that's what's kind of lost in all of this, isn't it? It's what is best for Manchester United. And there is maybe I'm hyper focusing on it, but there is this odd fascination with just, there's always a player. Because Pogba's now gone, that kind of, again, Marta is gone now. So now it's Sancho, to an extent, Ahmad, because it was like, give Ahmad. But to be fair, now Ahmad should have a go because he scored against Liverpool. But for a while, it was Donny. You know what I mean? We tried to chat about it yesterday, weren't we, going, give Donny a chance, give Donny a chance, gets a chance. Well, there's always one. And then ex-players, Memphis, bring him back.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone has their say. Farouk, as in Bradshaw and Farouk, the APA, the Aqualite Protection Agency. Yeah. How about that, Owen Wrestle News 36555?
Very good. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing, I don't know about Star Wars and all that, but the old school WWF.
Yeah.
WWF. Yeah. I am. That is my era. I am old enough. I'm old. Yeah. I'm old school, me. Yeah. Tabarez says, and then it wasn't Bradshaw, wasn't he JBL after that?
Yeah, turned into John Bradshaw Layfield. Yeah, John Bradshaw Layfield.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, just showing my knowledge. Just show my attitude here and knowledge. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Well, JBL is more sort of ruthless aggression era, but that's fine. That's fine. It's good.
Yeah. Just showing that I know.
Good.
Tabra says, rumor has it that after Owen tried rice and peas with Flex, he was in the nightclub the next night shouting "Attitude, gal, glory, glory, United View."
So I tell you what, the strange rumors that, isn't it? I believe you have to kind of venture outside for that one. But
Owen doing a dirty wine, that's
in a club.
Crazy. Yeah, no.
Not for many.
Matifalu, not for many. Yeah, for Owen. Matifalu says, was not good before, but left and is doing well, but we still crap. The constant is not him, so surely Erik ten Hag team, the league was the problem.
But with that, again, that's an interesting one because
saying how well is he actually doing?
Well, no, I'm not saying how well is he actually doing. I think again, last night, I think a lot of people were kind of crowing about his performance, and you go, "Wow, he was all right." He was all right, but you've kind of said it there. The team and the league was the problem. So if that is the case, then why should he come back? If he's in the team that's best for him and he's in the league that's best for him, then why would we want to bring him back to a team and a league that's not best for him? Like, that's not best suited.
That's my biggest thing. Yeah,
we're talking about players that are suited to systems and teams and leagues. Maybe that's just not it for Jadon Sancho. And that's not a detriment on him. Yeah. You want to see him succeed. Why would you want to bring him back to where he can't succeed? Perhaps
it's more out of everything. At the top of my list is the eye test, and like Jadon is talented, but I just don't think he has that. Do you know what I mean? You need that in the Premier League. And I don't mean just to play for Man United, like the passion for United. I mean the appetite, like to play in this league and operate at a high level in this league. I don't know. I don't know if he has it. In a better footballing team, he would look better. But I still Nah, I think there's a reason why when he goes back to Bundesliga, it looks like in his element. I'd say that. Ketchadil says, I'm not convinced with INEOS Flex. If we fire Eric Ten Hag, I think this time, there you go. I think this time we will not have a manager bounce like Chelsea. I have a bad feeling, says Ketchadil. And Mike Crammon says, Eric Ten Hag to stay and Sancho to do one. Owen is spot on. And No Pack, been a member for 3 months, says, big up Flex and Owen, Wrestle News 3655555. We mustn't forget it's been raining. And we mustn't forget it has been raining, Robbie. It has been raining. So it's unfortunate to the players, obviously, with the rain, because we are disappointed with the rain. And if it rains, it is more difficult for Ben. It is more difficult for William. And yes, of course, it's the rain. It's the rain. Levin 2K football. My guy Levin. Is it the Levin? As in the guy, you know what I'm saying, doing up Fortnite and gaming pro. Is it the Levin? But Levin, if it is, big up. I hope it is. Says, thanks for the apology, Sancho. By the way, a bid's coming for you. You best get packing. Lil Yo-Yo says, well done for speaking very little on the manager with the timer emoji, or the alarm clock emoji, should I say. Yes, 100%. That, according to KG, we're not allowed to talk about, you know, the manager for a certain length of time. And we have been talking about the players for a very long time. So that is good. Danny DeFito says, just thought I would shout you out, Flex. Don't know what's up with these crybabies like KG and AGT who can't comprehend other people giving opinions. Isn't that what these shows are for? P.S. Owen, you also good.
Oh, thank you.
And Afna says it's not just Sancho's conflict. We also need to clear out as many bad contracts as possible, bring hard working depth in the squad with realistic wages. Yeah, I mean, Sancho.
That's everything we haven't brought up. Yeah, that's everything.
He's on 350 grand a week as well, isn't he?
That's everything. Well, it did go down a little bit when he wasn't playing. When he wasn't playing, but then I think if he was to be back and playing and then doing all that kind of stuff, then it would be going up. And actually, Kenny brought it up in the full view, didn't he? That that's absolutely something INEOS will consider. They might even be like, we like Sancho, but that contract's just so out of hand. We've got to cut it.
Yeah, exactly. And Ray Carl Brown says, I got a bad feeling that if we fire Ten Hag, no manager bounce this time. On WWF, big flex. I was from that time too. Donk the Clown.
Doink the Clown. Yes.
Doink the Clown. I was going to say, I remember what an idiot he was.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Several different people played him as well.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, because a clown, you don't know.
Yeah.
You can just get
exactly. Exactly.
Interesting. What is really interesting and good at this point of the show, after 23 minutes, we are flying. We've got 1,100 people watching or over that. We're at 201 likes, which can easily get to 250, which I'm sure it will do in the next couple of minutes, and push towards 500, man. Mike Crammon says there, 250 likes, please. Please, people, with the thumbs up. SLD says, Flex, favorite wrestler is Gold Dust. Oh, is that your favorite wrestler? Is it? Okay, interesting.
Pretty good.
Owen, who is your favorite of all time? Do you have one, or is it too hard?
No, I don't have.
Too hard.
I'm not very good with these. I'm not very good with favorites. I'm not very good with Mount Rushmores. Not very good with sort of top fives because it changes. You know, it does change.
It does. People saying in the chat as well, big up to Levin. I think it is the Levin. So good to hear from you, bro. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Seeing that you're flying, doing well in the gaming industry. So yeah, keep
2K.
Levin 2K. He sent the super chat in when you was gone, and I was like, is that the Levin? And apparently it is. So yeah, big up to the Levin 2K.
I should have. If I was here, I'd have read the super chat. I'd have put the voice thing on. And done it like that.
That voice actually is his voice.
It's his voice. Exactly. Exactly. I could have done it.
Yeah, exactly. Joe Blackman says Undertaker, my favorite. Ultimate Warrior, easily, says Jonathan. Rob Van Dam, says Donny DeVito, RVD. And Chris Jericho. Break the walls down. Yeah. Big up to you. Oh, Goldberg. Oh, yeah.
See, this is why people said on you should do a members thing where Flex tries to guess the wrestlers, but it wouldn't be very
good. I know the wrestlers
because he would do well. He would do
well.
Yeah.
The new ones, I wouldn't have a clue.
Even sometimes I've done live streams and I see him pop in, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like wrestling. I haven't
right.
watched it in years, but I used to watch it all the time. And now I see it's getting kind of spicy when Owen gives me a few updates and I see his channel popping off with different things. I do like the Rock thing. I thought, well, I've got to go and have a look at that. You know, Stone Cold coming, better have a look at that. Anything
cool
that
again.
reverts back to old school, I'll get involved in it. Get involved in it. So yeah. Right, let's move on to the next topic. INEOS's player overhaul. INEOS looking to be ruthless, Owen.
Yes, INEOS looking to be ruthless, apparently, in the summer. Now, this comes from the Mail, who are saying that Casemiro, Antony, Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka are among those who could leave Manchester United in the summer, although there's an understanding it won't be practical to offload too many at one time, which is what a lot of people say, Flex. When you do the rip-it-up argument, you get the likes of your KGs and your others. And actually, I've seen some of the comments say, wow, there's Flex with his rip it up argument once again. How practical is that? You can't do it all in one window. Now, to defend you a little bit there, I would say that I don't think I've heard you ever say we should sell 15 players in this transfer window coming up. But what do you make of that? How many do you actually think? And maybe we'll put this in the chat, guys. How many do you think? Put a number on it. Do you think we'll leave in the summer?
Well, I think it could be more than we think because I think there's some that are default, right? So in terms of, are you including people who are coming to the end of their contract? They count as leaving, don't
everyone.
Right. Let's actually make a list, right? So Martial gone. Donny van de Beek gone.
Varane.
He's not going to get a new contract, is he? Varane. That's 3.
Martial.
Didn't I say that?
Can't remember. I'm still out of breath running up and down.
Let's start again. Martial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donny.
I'm gonna write him down because I feel like we'll tread.
Yeah.
Why am I
right
now?
I was going to say, what are you doing?
I'm out of breath, Flex. I've had to run up and down the stairs too much. And then when I got down to the buzzer, by the way, this pisses me off for delivery drivers.
Victor Meldrew.
They press the buzzer, right? And there's going to be an element of time between you hearing the buzzer and getting down to the door, right? And apparently, if that's not 5 seconds, then they start pressing the buzzers of all your neighbours. So once you're going down, you see them start popping out the doors. Is that for me? Is that for me? No, it's not. It's just some knobhead of a delivery driver who can't wait 10 seconds for me to get down the stairs. It's Anyway,
and you know what? I've got a couple of boys who work in the delivery industry, and I know how quick they're on it. They're like, yeah, the parcel. It's because they need to get on to the next stop. You've got to do a certain amount of parcels a day to get whatever rate or whatever. So,
but honestly, it was like, boom. Well, he's not in. Well, actually, I've got to
give me a chance to get there, mate.
Yeah.
Well, big up to you. Big up to everyone in the chat. Anyone who works in the delivery industry, slow down. Give them a chance to get to the door.
Yeah.
Right. You ready for this list?
Yes.
Right. Martial. Donny. Varane. Hannibal.
Oh, you're confident on Hannibal? Oh, he's only got like a year left in his contract, I suppose. Yeah.
Something will happen. He will leave again. Do we count them going out on loan again, or you mean like just not going to be here? Like,
wow. I mean, a couple of them could go back. Well, let's get the list and then we can whittle it down.
Right. Facundo. Fernandez. Sorry. Alvaro Fernandez.
Brandon
Eriksen.
Eriksen.
Brandon Williams. Definitely. Johnny Evans.
Oh, you're saying Evans is going to go?
I think he'll go.
I don't think he's going to go. I think he's going to get a new contract, you know.
Put question mark on that one.
Yeah.
People are saying permanent transfer only. Tom Heaton, he's gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. He ain't going to get a new deal.
I don't know. For goalkeepers, they hand those contracts out like nothing.
True. You might want to go play somewhere last couple of years. I don't know. Maybe.
You get into that territory.
Yeah. Maybe not. Well, that's another question mark.
Casemiro.
So now we're talking about money now. So players who go for money. Casemiro. Question mark.
Eriksen's still got a year left.
Eriksen can go for money. Lindelof.
Yeah. Do you think Lindelof? Do you think he'll go?
Yes.
Yeah. Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka.
He will go. He's got a year left.
He will go. The Luke Shaw's interesting. Luke Shaw, Malacia, because we are in for a left back. No, we're not.
They won't go. We'll get a left back. I don't know if they'll go.
Bayern Deer? Interesting.
Well, that's why I said I don't think Heaton will go, because I think there's more chance Bayern Deer goes.
Yeah. Oh, Amrabat's going to be gone.
Amrabat.
I mean, it's a loan, you know.
But it's off the books.
Yeah. The big ones, I just can't see it.
Is there going to be a Maguire and McTominay going in the summer?
It depends. It depends if West Ham come knocking as well. But Maguire.
Oh, by the way, before you do
Greenwood.
Yeah. And are we saying Sancho?
Yeah, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
Both of them will be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's money. Well, they might loan Greenwood again though.
I think they'll go. I think they'll get money for him. They'll get money. There's interest.
There's a lot in about 40 odd million, isn't it? Easy.
Yeah.
Sancho, yes. Bruno and Rashford and the ones that people really want to get into. It ain't gonna happen.
No, they're not going.
It ain't gonna happen. Garnacho, Ahmad. What do you think happens to Ahmad?
Wouldn't be surprised if it was a loan. If they don't have plans to play him regularly, then he should go out on loan next season.
Yeah. Forson, I don't think he's going to accept a new contract, is he? So.
Yeah, or he leaves on a free. But either way with him,
gone.
Either way with him, it's like it's not a huge amount off the wage budget.
No. Across the back four, Dallo's fine, Martinez.
So with Maguire, do you think there's a possibility Maguire could go?
I think no.
I say yes. I say yes.
I think he'll dig his heel. I think he'll just not go. He loves playing for Man United. It just ride his. But has he got a year? He ain't got a year left in the summer.
Got a couple of years left, isn't he? He's got a really.
He ain't going.
Contract.
He ain't going, man. He'd just do what he done last year and just reject the
This
deal.
Is the interesting thing with that is because we know. I would say this summer there's going to be obviously minimum 2 centre backs going. Right, we're saying Varane looks like a real certainty.
And Johnny Evans.
Contract. Well, you said Lindelof. So.
Yeah. Are they going to get rid of 3? Are they going to get rid of 4 centre backs in one summer and bring in another 4? They're not. That's why I think Maguire will stay. Do you know what? Then I'll whittle it down.
You think it'll be Lindelof that'll go there?
Then that means I'm saying 3 of them will go. Get rid of 3 centre backs, even that.
But I don't think Johnny Evans is going to go. I really think he's going to get another contract.
Gets a new deal and then Varane and Lindelof leave. Yeah, okay.
I think Evans will get because I think hopefully next season with Johnny Evans, it'll be the role that he's meant to have this season, where it's like he doesn't play, but he's there and smash glass in case of emergency. Problem is the glass has been broken all season and he's had to play. But so far, if we're saying these people are going to go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, actually, no, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to 15.
Right, and if
that's
you take
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
If you take out the ones where it actually costs a lot of money, is Maguire going to go? Oh,
well, I've taken those out. They're out. They're not even on the list.
Oh, they're out. Are they pretty much all dead certs? Really?
Pretty much.
See, and they won't take that long. Some of them are so easy to do. It's like that's over.
And like we were saying, and this is the scale of what needs to be done at Manchester United this summer. Is that you could argue this is all sort of peripheral. Are we really addressing the key big issues at Manchester United? Blah blah blah. We're not. I mean, this list once again: Martial, Donny, Varane. You're saying Hannibal, which I suppose he's got a year left, and maybe he won't want to stay because that was the whole thing with the Sevilla loan that hasn't worked out at all. But okay, Hannibal, Facundo. Wouldn't be shocked if he does get sold at this point. Let's face it. Alvaro Fernandez. It's not worked out at Benfica, but we'll see what happens. Ericsson, you could see him going. Brandon Williams' contract's up. Casemiro, I think most people expect him to go to Saudi. Lindelof, he's got a year left, so people expect him to be sold. Wan-Bissaka, year left, people expect him to get sold. Amrabat, loans ending. Greenwood, expectation is he will get sold. Sancho, expectation is a loan or a sale. And then Forson, wow, we shall see with that contract thing. But even that's like, again, 13, 14 players. And And it's a lot. Like, and just in terms of wages, that's a lot of wages. Like, even like people say, like Brandon Williams, people forget of him. He's on a lot of money.
He's a lot. It's 60, 70 grand a week.
He's on a lot of money, you know. So there is going to be. It's weird. There's going to be a lot of change, but in the same vein, there isn't. You know what I mean? Because it's just Manchester United. Manchester United, as someone's put in the chat there, Louis said it in the chat there, Man United is incredibly bloated. That right there, you can trim the fat, and you've not even addressed really anything super substantial. Because a lot of even if you're looking at like Greenwood and Sancho, yeah, they're not even at the club at the moment. So what we're seeing week to week, game to game, doesn't really even get addressed there. But hey, it's fundraising and for the summer.
Yeah, exactly. It's I just think we've got so much to do before we.
Good morning. Literally, all the M's need to leave. Start from there, I say.
That's perfect, because that's how I envisage that. I envisage that as you talking and it just interrupts. And the best thing is, like, you did the same thing like they should do wrestling. You know, when it goes off and then they do the turn or the eyes open up. So they're chatting. Go, so yeah, if anyone comes out backstage, I challenge you. Anyone here right now, if you've got
the... They're like, yeah, but not you.
And then
I don't want you.
And then it goes off and he's behind him and they're like that. Yeah. And they do the slow, like they go, and they realize they're behind him. Goes. You do a slow turn, you go.
Then they just get choke slammed straight away, or just picked up and put in the tombstone, and you're gone.
Yeah, gone, done.
Tombstone's such a sick finish. What a fit! The way they just bounce back out of the thing, and he just crosses their arms, and he does that, and the tongue's out, and he's just look. Undertaker, nah, he's the goat. He's the goat. He's the goat, man. What was his WrestleMania streak? 19,
21 and 0, and he's had more matches, obviously.
Yeah,
21 and 0.
God, what a legend, man. And then he just went, sorry to go off topic. He just went, I tell you what, this whole Undertaker thing, this Grim Reaper thing. No, I'm just going to do American Badass. I'm just going to go on a motorbike.
Well, he did in the 1990s. He took a look at the product. He went, this ain't working. We're going all reality. I've got to change. So he changed.
Wicked.
And then
he changed back.
And maybe the more impressive thing is you've changed. You've shown the human side. You've taken the makeup off, as it were. And he goes, I'll put it back on. And people go, great. And then they believe again. They believe it again.
Yeah, he's brilliant. What a guy. What's his real name?
Mark Calloway.
Oh, what a guy. What a legend. Matt Filu says, replace the youth. That's how you start an overhaul. And Nubian Ferrer says, good morning. Literally, Uncle Somi says, Liverpool changed all their midfield last summer. It's not a big deal to sell all those centre-backs and full-backs if we can. If you're no longer good, leave. What's interesting with us is...
Also, by the way, Turkish is in the chat, and he says,
oh, yeah?
Triple H is the GOAT.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Triple H is actually my favourite wrestler. He is. Triple H is my favourite wrestler. He is.
He says, can't have these good guys without the best bad guy in the business. Triple H the GOAT. That's what he says.
Is he the best bad guy in the business?
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's the best bad guy.
Sometimes he's been a goodie. He's been a goodie, isn't he? But I love Triple H. Triple H is my favourite wrestler. I used to pretend to be Triple H in school.
Everyone at some point, most likely when they're in the shower, they've done the water spit. Everyone's done it.
100%.
Everyone's done it.
Wicked.
Everyone's
that
tried
water where he's at. Oh, it's the best. Oh, what!
And it's the bit afterwards. It's the second.
The bit after when it's straight to camera.
It's the bit, yeah, exactly. It's the big bit, and you go,
yeah.
It's that bit.
It does that when he does it.
Yeah.
What a guy!
Yeah, it's that bit.
Yeah,
I'd hate to be in the, but I've always thought like if you're in that area, you're getting spat on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're in the front row on that side, you must. Or it's the same with Steve Austin. When Stone Cold does the whole beer stuff, that beer goes everywhere.
Yeah,
all over you.
Yeah, I agree. Right, okay. Let's see where we're at with likes. Let's see where we're at with views. Viewers, we've got 1,233, which is top. We've got over 250 likes, which is good. So we're on our way to 300. We're on our way to 300, which means the 400/ the 500. Let's get it in the bag. Let's get it in the bag. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Lueyo says, love the UV community. Big up everyone. Have a blessed day with the mini emojis. And Harold says, not to harp on this issue, no manager can work under the situation you just laid out. 15 Deadwood players, and we are still short of quality. Well, yeah, but we're saying that they're going to go. We're saying they're gonna go as well.
Well, again, the ironic thing is there of all the players, and this is why I said that it's interesting with United, because of all the players we've listed there, the ones that actually play for Erik ten Hag this season, one,
not really
2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 out of that, like 14 or something ridiculous. So, but that is when it gets into territory of sins of the past, isn't it? Manchester United's wage budget is totally out of control. The contracts are totally out of control. And before you can even really do the open heart surgery, you have to always do this sort of like, I don't know, preliminary surgery first. You have to do this preliminary stuff before you even get to that. Yeah, exactly. You have to do the thing, like when you're going to have surgery and they go, you can't eat for, or you can't eat or drink anything. They got to do that first. Yeah. That's what they're in the territory of. They go, got to stay off any kind of food, any kind of liquids first. Make sure you don't go in there on an empty stomach. All that. That's what you got to do. We haven't even started that bit yet.
It's true. There's so much to do, and what I think is going to be interesting is just we have to be measured. So we have to be like, at the end of the day, they got so much to do in a short space of time. So that's understandable, but also we have to look at it and say, we want to see how good they are, like how good. Because if they start doing things where it's like, wow, we haven't been this aggressive in the market for years, or we haven't been this organized, for years. And I just really hope that by the time the transfer window shuts, we look at it and say, for a first window where you can't do everything, of course, we have to get that out of our heads. I do think, because some people have said, oh, you guys just putting this blind faith in INEOS. You think they're going to fix everything straight away? And no, absolutely not. So Jim Ratcliffe said, 3-year plan, 3 to 5 years, didn't he? He said it can't be 10 years because fans won't believe us. And all of a sudden next year, we're not going to be up there with City competing for the title. It's just not realistic. He said it. And he's right. It's not realistic. We can't do that. But within 3 to 5 years, we should definitely see things, year upon year start to change. And I'm really excited to see what it looks like, because we just do not know. We just do not know.
Yeah, I wouldn't, and this is the thing with that. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as blind faith. To an element, it's somewhat unseen because we don't have many reference points with them. But from what they have done thus far, like the Omar Barada thing was done very quickly, and he's got a very good reputation. Jason Wilcox, Dan Ashworth, they're not in yet, but they've highlighted and seemingly got 2 people that have a very good reputation. So the sort of faith that you do have in INEOS is kind of based upon that, based upon Seb Coates tweeted it yesterday. They had their first meeting, didn't they, of the task force for Old Trafford yesterday. And he's saying, again, this isn't going to be done overnight, but that ball's rolling. That ball hasn't been rolling for years, and it's already kind of rolling. So that's good. So it's based upon that. And it's not necessarily been like, I know INEOS are going to get it right this summer. Nobody knows that. But at the same time, what was this whole process for then of having someone actually come in and take some, not all, unfortunately? We wished it was all controlled away from the Glazers, but certainly from the football side of things, to run things differently. So in that sense, we've got to give them a chance, don't we? And the proof will be in the pudding. But thus far, it's been fairly good, even though, again, people are complaining about that because it's not been done quick enough. And that would be my concern. I would say if it's not quick enough for your taste now, the changes that they have made, then I'm telling you now, in the summer, it won't be quick enough for you. You will have to manage your expectations for that, because if the complaint is at the moment, why isn't Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, and Jason Wilcox in position today? That's too slow. Then the way we operate in the summer, that will be too slow for you as well. Like you will have to manage your expectations for that, because we hope it will be more organized. We hope it will be better than it was in the past. But the transfer window ain't going to open. And we're going to sign 3 players on the first day or anything like that. Like that's just that's not going to happen.
No, not exactly. We can't just expect things that aren't realistic and then get angry when those things that were never on the table don't happen. So, see, they're a flop there. This nothing's changed. This, that, and other. It's ridiculous. Danny DeFeater says, I used to love Triple H, but then I met him. Oh dear, and he was a better. Wouldn't sign his autograph. Just like KG. Never meet your heroes. Oh wow.
He might have been in character. He might have been in fairness, he might have been in character. Sometimes and this is the weird thing with wrestling, isn't it? Is that it's not like it's so much today, but it depends when you met him, Danny DeVito, I suppose. But what they call kayfabe, which is you are that person. We talk about The Undertaker, why he was so successful. You never saw him. Didn't do interviews. If you saw him outside in public, wore all black, didn't talk, kind of stayed hidden away, wasn't on social media or anything like that, because they want to keep the character and the mystique. Because back then that line was still blurred about what's real, what isn't real. Whereas now most people, at least they should know that the thing you see on television is the character, and the actor, if you will, is a completely separate person. But back in the day, back in the day, it wouldn't be like that. If you went up to a bad guy and said, "Can you sign this?" They'd be like, "Get that thing up my fucking face." I don't sign things for stupid people like you, rah rah rah. Because then, when you do buy a ticket to go to the show, you boo him even more. And then you do this, you tell your friends, you go, "That Triple H, he's a real scumbag, he's a real bad guy." So when you're in the arenas, you all boo him. You go, "Oh, he's terrible." Real heat, brother.
Real heat, brother. Yeah. Luke K says, "Big Papa Pump, best biceps in the game." Oh, Scott Steiner, isn't it?
He's massive.
He used to do the outside. Can't even bend my wrist back that way. Yeah. He used to do that, didn't he? And they were massive. He used to wear that thing on his head. Yeah.
The chain.
Mental. Yeah. I remember him, Scott Steiner. Yeah. A lot of people saying, "Bloody hell, look, so much wrestling." This is like Owen Wrestle News 36555, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to, make sure you do. I promise you, you won't go there and hear Man United. You will hear a lot of wrestling. And if you have just tuned in, you're thinking, what's all this wrestling talk? Just the way the conversation went. I promise you, we have spoken a lot about Manchester United.
Well, we got to get a third timer out, Flex. There's the manager timer, there's the player timer, there's the wrestling timer. We got to do that. But I'm sure someone will put the link in the chat to the channel. On the road to 18k subs now. Come on. We've ended the poll in the chat as well, which was for should Sancho get another chance. I think it was 64% of you. Was that under the manager? Under the manager? Under the manager. If you get a new manager, so manager. I mean, that's a female manager? Maybe it sounds like it. That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, it sounds like that. It's a manager. So Emma Hayes comes to manage Man United. Does Sancho get another chance? Oh, did you see that Emma Hayes thing when she apologized on the poem thing? Ridiculous. Biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Ridiculous. It was I thought it was a masterclass in not saying sorry. Oh my god. I'm still trying to say that you are. It was brilliant. She should have just said, "Oh, sorry." She should have just said, we get carried away, that kind of stuff. But it was like, my child comes up to me and talks about getting shoved to the playground, and I go, "You can't do that." Got to tell the teacher. So the Arsenal manager should go just report her to the authorities, is what she's saying, I think. I saw it and I thought, I'm going to have a look, see what she says, if she says sorry. And I got to the end of it and I went, that's just brilliant. Yeah, it's elite. It's elite housery. It's elite housery. Honestly. Danny DeFeater says, it was in the Hilton Bar in Belfast some years ago. I'm pretty sure he was in in his good guy phase. Jeff Hardy, Tommy Dreamer, and Randy Orton were cool guys. Oh, maybe he's just a bit of a bastard. Yeah, which is not great because Triple H is a legend. The Flexing KG show, just to finish off yesterday. Flex! KG I was watching it. I was getting a bit triggered. I'm not going to lie. He's mental. He's mental. But I don't want to go do this, and he's not here to defend himself. And because he's going to be watching this, and he's going to go, I watched the morning show, and I saw you two. No, but you can give your opinion on it. So maybe I should call him right now. Maybe I'll try it because I was gonna say this to him next time I saw him, but we'll see. He might not answer, but we'll see. Here we go. Oh, KG, you're live. You're live on United. Where are you, by the way? I'm at home. You're at home. You're live on United View. I just wanted to say that I watched the Flex and KG show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt like you were moving a bit crazy.
Again.
Yeah. Have you just woke up, by the way?
Yeah.
There's no point. There's no point. There's no point. There's no point. There's no point.
Well, because he just woke up.
Yeah. I want to get.
You don't want to talk to him.
I want to get worked up when he just woke up because I can tell he's
No,
not really.
No, do it. Ring him back.
No, he's not really. He's not all there. He's not all there. I've tried these conversations before with him. I've tried when he's just.
What do you
woke up.
mean? Have you seen when he's? Sorry, have you seen when he's perfectly awake?
I've tried. Yeah, I know. I get that. But I've tried those conversations with him half asleep, and sometimes he doesn't even know his name or anything like that. Like sometimes I've called him and I'll go like KG, and he goes what, and I'll go Kevin, and he'll go yeah. that's how to wake him up.
Oh dear, absolute disgrace. I mean,
I know. I've just called him and woke him up and hung up on him. But he does that to me. Actually, he calls me really late at night and wakes me up sometimes. He calls me at like who calls people at like 11:30, 11:45 if it's not an emergency. Night? Yeah.
Oh no, he can't call me
for a chat, for a chit chat.
No. He doesn't do that to me because he knows I'll be in bed.
Yeah, he does. He'll do like and then
It's because he knows you're up at them times.
Yeah, and he'll be like, I want to talk about. Ironically enough, for the show, he'll be like, I want to talk about wrestling. I'll be like, yeah, but not now.
He just wants to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, KG the comedian, mate. What a guy. Honestly, just never change. Never change. There you go. Guys, big show today. Enjoyed it. We got our flexes.
Big show, like the wrestler. It's the big show.
Exactly. KG says, I got to do my show in a few minutes. Thanks, Owen. So he's like, you woke me up anyway. So
yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah,
and a little, I planted a little seed there. He can sort of in this show. He can be like. Well, since he's watching now, I thought you were moving a bit crazy. Well, you were doing the same things that he was doing in the full view, basically, is what I thought he was doing. And then I was on UV clips as well. And I didn't want to watch it back because I hate watching myself back when it gets like arguing. You know what I mean? But I watched it back and I thought, I'm absolutely right. I don't back down anything I said because it, and I'm glad that they clipped it at the right part because they clipped it at the start where KG White said, everyone's saying that everything's Ten Hag's fault. And that was my point of.
And he said he never said that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he did.
Yeah.
And he did.
Lying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just telling lies. That's what I said to him yesterday. I said, you were just telling lies.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go as far as you did. You said you are a liar. And I thought, well, that's quite broad.
Well, he is a liar. He is a liar.
He's not a liar.
A liar tells lies.
What he's doing, and I've been guilty of this, is you get so worked up and so defensive on a topic that you start perceiving what people are saying completely differently. You know, for some reason, he's got to this point that if you criticize Erik ten Hag, then you are putting all of Manchester United's problems on him, which is, I think, a very skewed way of reality because that's not what people are saying. For instance, this morning, we've done a whole show talking about the players. But the perception will be, you know,
don't spend enough time
talking about the manager. Oh, now he's calling me again.
He probably put down the phone on this weekend.
Shut up, lads.
Got hung up again. He told me to shut up. I won't take people calling up and insulting straight away. How very rude.
Well, because he was too rude to you. You doing it?
He went, shut up, lads. Go play FIFA, KG.
Why does KG call it FIFA?
What's the other one he can't say? It's FIFA and there's something else.
There's so many things he can't say.
Go play FIFA and read your football book. And as Javed says, I was defending KG there. I said he's not a liar. I think he's just getting quite worked up. You know? Favorite. That's it. Go play FIFA, your favorite game.
Is that what he says? He says favorite.
Favorite.
Does he? I've never heard him say that.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah. FIFA. I read his favorite book, which is Football for Dummies or something like that.
Only
to be honest, if I was him, I'd be more offended by the comments. Yeah, that legitimately were like, Good for you, KG, trying to improve your football knowledge. Good for you. Well done.
Oh, man.
Picture book.
Oh,
I think one of the pages had pop-ups that if you pulled it, a little football popped out. like that.
KG, man. KG, honestly. He's something else. He really, really is. Anyway, guys, yes, Flex's view later on. I'll be wrapping up 5 then. So I'll do something with Anton, and Abby will probably be there as well. So we'll get a Flex's view done as well. I'll rope them into some sort of debate and see what's happening, see how they're feeling about Manchester United. And if there's any news to discuss at that point, I will. Those videos do quite well. You guys quite enjoy hearing a couple of other people's difference of opinions and stuff like that. And because I just happened to be with them at the time I record it straight after 5, it just makes sense. So hopefully we can start bringing that to you every Wednesday at sort of that same sort of time. If you guys want it, if you enjoy it, if you look forward to it, we will give it to you. We will bring it to you. So smash a like on the video. Let me double check. We all good for the super chats? Yes, we are. We got to 371 likes, which is that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think we can get an extra 30 or so and get to 400 on the way out. Why can't we do that? I'm literally going to sit here for 8 seconds without talking and watch the likes fly up towards, actually 10 seconds. Watch the likes fly up towards 400. Starting now.
Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, you know what it is, Flex?
Poor, and I mean poor.
I knew you would get that one. I
Yeah,
knew when he said it. When he said, we both went, oh, poor.
Poor, and I mean poor.
Oh, it's perfect. He's just giving you when sometimes they just give you the perfect soundbite. Oh my God.
Poor, and I mean poor.
King Kenny. There you go. And we've got 400 likes in the bag as well. Guys, see you again later on. Take care. We'll see you soon. Peace.